Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arifin Setia Prayugo and I'm on 6th semester in University of Majapahit. And today I will present about my proposal, and I'm doing this for my examination on seminar proposal subject. And I will present my proposal. The title is The Use of the Mind Mapping to Improve Student Vocabulary for 10th Grade in SMK Raden Ahmad Mujisari. And we enter to chapter 1, Introduction, Background of Study. Language is very important for human being in the world because it means of the international communication. And your state on 1996, vocabulary is the one of the linguistic aspect with important in teaching a language, besides structure and pronunciation. And Griff also said in 2008 and give definition that the word mapping strategy is the one of the most powerful approach to teach a vocabulary because it engages students in thinking about word relationships. And for problem statement in this proposal is how is effectiveness teaching vocabulary of using word mapping strategy at 10th grade of the SMK Raden Ahmad Mojisari in academic year 2009-2020. And the objective of study is the object of the research can be specified is to know effectiveness of the use of the mind mapping student vocabulary for 10th grade in SMK Raden Ahmad Mujisari. And next is benefit of study. For the teacher, one, the result of the study gives information to the teacher about the importance of teaching strategy and teaching vocabulary. And number two is word mapping strategy can be an alternative in teaching process to improve student vocabulary. And for practical benefit, number one is in practical terms, the researcher expects that the student can contribute knowledge to develop English vocabulary by using word mapping. Second is it can be used as reference for those who want to conduct a research in teaching vocabulary. And we we enter to chapter 2, theoretical review. Mind mapping. Definition of mind mapping. Mind mapping. Mind mapping, which is also known by many names, such as visual mapping, flow curtain, visual thinking, and spider diagram is according to Casco in 2009. A graphic tool which contains a central key, a word, and image, and secondary ideas that radiate from the central idea branch. And origin of mind mapping. History shows that mind mapping were used many countries ago. They were used for learning and problem solving by thinkers such as Leonardo da Vinci, who used picture, symbol, and lines as a way to express his thoughts on paper. And types of mind mapping is according to Busan 2006, site on Hawaii in 2011. There are many types of mind mapping. There are first is the dyadic mind mapping. Those maps are made by drawing two radiant branches in the center. And polycategoric mind mapping. This map can contain from 3 to 7 branches because the average man cannot remember more than 7 bits of information in short-term memory. One of the advantages of this type is help to develop two mental power classification and categorization. And group mind mapping. It is designed and bringing individuals together in mind mapping group. According to Busan, in 1994, the mind mapping becomes the external reflection, the hard copy and of the emerging group consequence and subsequently become a group record of memory through this process. The individual brains combine their energy to create spread group brain. And advantages and disadvantages of this mind map is first advantages of mind map. First is strictly speaking, mind mapping is the one of the simplest and easiest way to take hold of thoughts and bring them to life. And second is in the nature of the mind mapping is a great aid to creatively, and because the use of the color, picture, symbol, and image can boost it, thus give a feeling of happiness, joy. And disadvantages of mind mapping is first, an individual map can be so personal that it's difficult for others to understand. And according to Mann 2013, mind maps become more complex if more than two friends are added. Previous related study. In the first study is the line of this research is titled the effectiveness of the use Sing mind mapping on the third grade vocabulary learning in improving their visual thinking in UNRWA school. It is written by Hanan Kamal Othman, a student of the Education Faculty of Master of Curriculum and Teaching Method in the Islamic University of Gaza 2018. And the second is from Widyawati, a student of Master in English Language Teaching to the Program Language and Art Education Department Teacher, Training and Education Faculty of Lampung University in 2016. And the third is International Interdisciplinary Journal of Education on July 2013, volume 2, issue 7, entitled is the effect of the teaching vocabulary through semantic mapping on EFL learner, written by Omar Naem Muhammad Bani Abdel Rahman, a student of Al-Imam Mohammed Ibn Saud Islamic University. And the gap of the previous study with my proposal is all the previous study is always target on the grade is on junior high school, and my proposal is using the higher grade on district. I am using on senior high school. Chapter 3 is research methodology. Research design. This research will use a quantitative research and by employ group test, pre-test, post-test design. Population and sample of the research. The population was the 10th grade of the SMK Raden Rahmat Montessori students, and the sample of the research is totally were 232 students of the 10th grades in 170 males and 115 females, which were put in 14 classes within further divided into several modules, namely XPKG, XAPK, and XPSM, XTITL, and XPKL. Data collection techniques we using first pretest and the second is with treatment, and the last is using post-test. Data analysis technique using validation sheet, the result of the evaluation of the learning from the validator of the all aspect asset result in tabular form. In we can look on the formula in the below. And to determine the level of validity of learning following creativity, if the average is more than 3.20, then its category is very valid. If the point from 2.40 and more below from that and more than 3.20, then valid is categorized. And if the point is lower than 1.60 and more lower than 2.40, then considered valid enough. If the point is 0.80, more lower than 1.60, it is categorized less valid. And if the point average is more than 0.80, then categorized invalid. The next is questionnaire. The data analyzed using the present technique as by Ridwan on 2005 as the follow like the below. Number of the each item and number of item idle score, we can we can we can multiply with 100%. And number 3 it is interview, and 4 is observation sheet. For the observation interview is you and observation is use descriptive technique. This is the references, and that's all for from me the presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.